Hey everybody, Mike here from the Wall of Metal. I got a road destruction report for you. Sitting outside the Madison Theater tonight in Covington, Kentucky, just across the river from Cincinnati, Ohio. And we had a great bill tonight. It's a national triple bill. It featured headliners Stryker with Spellcaster and Weresquatch. They had some local support from some local bands. We had Winter Hymn, Split the Abyss, Fenrir, and Solar Flare was the last one. Four local bands out of the Cincinnati area. Hey, local bands. I'm gonna give a shout out to Split the Abyss drummer Woody Corsini. He's all over the place, all over the Midwest, and the show to show, and he's a really solid drummer. So those guys did well. Winter Hymn, I'm going to recommend you guys check them out. They have a Facebook page. They're kind of like folk metal, not my favorite kind of genre, but they really good at what they do. You can tell that they put a lot of effort and work into their show, and they did really well. Don't have a lot of video to post from this gig because my camera didn't, or my POS camera battery died, so I've got about a couple minutes worth of footage from Stryker. If you don't know who Stryker is, you need to know. They're one of the, I'd classify them into the new wave of traditional heavy metal. They're from Canada, and they've got 4 albums out. In fact, I came away tonight. This is their latest. This is Stand in the Fire. It's self-produced. If you can hear it a little bit in the background. We're listening to it right now. Totally killer. I told a guy tonight that's a journalist buddy of mine here at the show, if I had to classify how these guys sound, at least it's on this record, it sounds like if you mash together Dokken with some Iron Maiden or Judas Priest, your classic traditional metal feel, but they have, this album in particular has a lot of the soaring choruses and harmonies from more traditional 80s metal. And I don't mean like the cock rock glam kind of stuff. I'm talking bands like Dokken and more metal bands from that era. Earlier I was thinking maybe bands like Icon, Armored Saint, Malice, those kind of bands. That traditional metal sound with just a hint of some of that, not hair metal, but that kind of that 80s rock metal. They put on a great set. Every song in the set was just absolutely killer, and I knew I was going to like them, but I didn't think that I was going to be as floored as I was. They were great. Direct support on this tour is from a Portland, Oregon band, Spellcaster. You will learn who they are too. This is their last album before their new one comes out here in June. They just got signed to Prosthetic Records, and they'll be going out on a prosthetic tour with Ex Mortis and Holy Grail. That's going to be awesome, and if that comes near you, you'll need to check that out. But Spellcaster was amazing too. Again, kind of the new wave of traditional metal. Their debut, which is hard to find now, Under the Spell, I was hoping to pick it up tonight. Even the band doesn't have any copies of it. But it was more thrashy oriented, thrashy or power metal, and the band's progressed in their sound a little bit to, they're really hard to make a comparison to. I don't think they sound like anybody, but you can hear their influences and what they do. Just a very elegant and classic heavy metal sound with great guitar leads, good harmonies, great vocals. The vocals tonight, both bands were absolutely stellar. And then the find of the evening, I never heard about these guys until this tour. Another band out of Portland, Oregon. They are Weresquatch, and this is their CD. I picked it up. Frozen Void. Just killer old school thrash kind of speed metal with a little bit of a Teutonic flavor. I talked to Eric, the lead dog, the lead Squatch. He's an awesome dude. Everybody in this band was really personable, and willing to talk to me most of the night about their experiences, and just great guys. And I'm a new fan of this band, Weresquatch. Really cool stuff. Check them out on Facebook. Just a great show tonight. It was a awesome experience. Nice venue here in the Madison Theater in Covington. It's right next to the Backstage Cafe, where I've seen a couple of shows. Kind of a hotbed for the Covington and Cincinnati metal scene. But yeah, Striker, Spellcaster, Weresquatch, great tour. One of the best I've seen so far this year. And if you've not heard of any of those bands or familiar with any of them, I strongly suggest you check them out. Striker was just absolutely amazing tonight. I can't say enough good about Striker. So that's my road report. Let them know your metal, bang your head and throw the goat, and I'll see you next time.